the frame.
Like, the frame's not white.
No, but. Oh, it's delayed. Yeah.
Do you mind just like sitting next to them?
Oh, yeah, sure.
And like making sure everything's running okay?
Yeah. Through the whole night, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So Cece's gonna sit there?
Yeah.
Or are you gonna sit?
Are we gonna sit?
Yeah.
Great question. Maybe over there?
No.
Just kidding.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you
Pull up
can.
chairs.
Yeah. I think you can go right next to
We have to help them.
Cece, can you just move down a chair?
Can I do me a favor? My phone is in that corner. Can you get it?
I made it. Are you like leaving? Yeah. Want a lady? Food for you? Do you want your water too?
I need my laptop.
Where's your bag? Oh, it's in my bag. Where's my gas? I'll be here. I'll be here later. Even though I already got to. It's like it's too late.
Yeah. I'm on streaming TV, I guess. Yeah. I heard that's insane, and I was like, what's insane? Oh, yeah.
There you go. This is yours. I don't know who's that, but it looks like it.
I'll tell you.
You want to come with me to a store?
I am in charge.
Be right back. So it doesn't make any rustling when you start. I would be here.
Yeah, it's good.
And PMs, please line up at the front right now. Yeah, so we're going to do alphabetical order. So here's
Welcome to ACM Projects Presentation Night, Spring 2023. This is the 12th edition of Presentation Night, and we're very happy to present it to you. Here at ACM Projects, we develop applications in teams, and we have 10 teams tonight who will be presenting their projects. And my name is Kenneth Antilla. I'm one of the co-directors.
Alright, and I'm Sonika, and we are, as Kenneth said, the co-directors of ACM Projects at UT Dallas. First of all, before we get started, we wanted to say a huge thank you to our team. They've helped us either this semester, or some of them are even coming back from previous semesters. We couldn't do this without them, so we just wanted to give everyone a quick shout out before we got started.
So to start off, we have Jocelyn, our president. Right now, she's actually in Australia, but she's been supporting us from abroad from day one. And then we have our vice presidents, Neil and Ben. These people have given us support, they've given us funds, and they've given us a lot of help even setting up tonight. So we want to give a big thank out to these three people.
Alright, we'd also like to take a moment to recognize Alessio and Caleb. They're from ACM Media. They're helping us set up the live stream, maintain it, take photos tonight. So we're really grateful to them for helping us have all these memories saved somewhere. Thank you guys.
And we'd also like to thank our project managers. So we'll just go down the line and we'll let them introduce themselves.
Alright, hi guys, my name is Abyss. I'm the PM for Friendinflicks. Really super happy to be here on Project's presentation night. I remember on my presentation night I was really nervous. And all I wanted to do was win more than anything. And as a reminder, winning is all part of the fun competition. But regardless of if you win or lose, be proud of the 10 weeks, be proud of what you've done throughout the entire project's program, and best of luck to all of you.
Hey all, my name is Aditya. I'm the project manager for summer. I've been seeing what you guys have been working on this past semester, and it's really good projects. You guys have learned a lot throughout this semester, so I'm really excited to see what you guys have to present, and may the best team win.
Hi everyone, my name is David. I was the PM for In the Moment, and this past semester has been filled with so much learning and so much growth, both individually and within my team and within all our teams in general. I wouldn't trade this experience or this past semester for anything, and I'm super proud of our participants and everyone else that's part of ACM Projects. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Farhan Jamil and I'm the project manager for Respondent. I just wanted to say that Projects is an experience unlike any other. All of you guys have been working super hard on projects for the past 10 weeks, from front end to back end. And you've learned all about the development cycle while working on the team. I want to say good luck to everyone, and then you guys will kill it out there.
Hi everyone, I'm Casey and I'm the PM of Roomies. I'm really proud of all the participants here today, especially my own team, for making me this far for a 10 plus extra week on accident, but we're here now. So good luck to everybody, and I'm really excited about what we have planned for today, so thank you.
Hi everybody, I'm Karina Batra. I am the project manager for Syllabi. It's just been a really amazing journey just to see these past 10 weeks, to see all the participants grow and learn and enjoy so much, and just see like all this technology and all of it happen, and all the cool things happening in projects. So I'm really proud of my team, really excited to see all the projects tonight, and it's going to be a really fun night.
Hey guys, my name is Muaz Abed. I'm the PM of DRIP. Thank you all for coming, and to the people who are competing. I've seen you guys over the past 10 weeks. You all are doing amazing jobs. And even if you don't win, you guys are going to get something even more valuable: experience and connections. And by the way, if you guys need a fit check, let me know after.
Hey guys, my name is Naveen. I am the PM for Empower. And let me tell all of you, the hard part's over. Like, presentation night turns out to be the easiest night of the last couple of weeks or last couple of months. And I know it seems you guys are all stressed out. I promise when you guys are done with this, it's going to be super rewarding. It's been really fun to watch all of you grow over the last couple of months. Especially my own team, I've seen them become really good at what they do. So I'm really happy to see see how everyone's doing and get excited for these presentations.
Hi everyone, my name is Safa. I'm the PM for Ketchup. Thank you guys for being here tonight to watch these amazing presentations. Our participants have worked so hard over the last 10 weeks to bring these app ideas to life, and I'm really excited to see what they've all come up with.
Hi everyone, I'm Susan Singh. I'm the project manager for RI. I'm going to try to keep it short and simple, but I'm so proud of all that y'all have accomplished these past 10, well, technically 11 weeks. Y'all have grown so much, and I feel like I'm not the only PM to say this, but I've learned so much more like being a PM than I feel like the participants have, and I'm so proud of y'all, and y'all are amazing. Good luck tonight.
All right, thank you, Dan, so you can return to your seats. All right, and next we'd like to thank our industry mentors. We'd like to thank Sean from Syllabi, Temi from Friendinflicks, Joanna from Roomies, Robin from Drip, Reshmi from Respondent, Yoon from Artai, Johan from Summer, Jesse from Ketchup, Saman from In the Moment, and John from Empower. These people have gave us industry experience to our teams. They've helped solve problems with what they've done on the job. And they've kind of given our participants a look into what people actually do as software engineers. So let's give a big round of applause to our industry mentors.
And finally, before we get to our presentations, we'd also like to give a huge shout out to our judges for volunteering tonight. We definitely could not have done this without them, and presentation night would not be what it is without y'all's help. So thank you so much for coming out. And I'll also hand it to y'all real quick to give a quick introduction of yourselves.
James, you can start.
Hello everyone, my name is James. I'm the recruiter with Geico. So some of you recognize me. I'm here from Houston. I am representing our Geico office. So stop by, say hello to me. Really excited to see what all you're going to do, and just do the best that you can. And I'm glad no one said it yet, but tomorrow is Thursday, May the 4th, so May the 4th be with you all.
Hello everyone, I'm Sam Stiegel from JP Morgan. I am a software engineer. I work on mobile apps, and it's a lot of fun. But I'm very interested to see what sort of project y'all have that you're going to be showing tonight, and I look forward to seeing what all we can do.
John Cole, who's been in one of my classes? Yeah, okay. So I need no introduction for most of you. Thrilled to be here, glad to be judging projects. Almost didn't get to, but because of the storm, so or didn't happen, I get to be here. So this week, I've judged every project since it existed. So I'm glad to be here, glad for the continuity, do well.
I'm John Young. My day gig is in the world of software. My night gig is as an adjunct over in the School of Management, so I know I have at least one student in here, so good luck to you all.
Hey everyone, I'm Hari Ramani from Goldman Sachs. I'm one of the managing directors locally here in Dallas, leading a huge team of software engineers who basically build trading tools, and that's pretty fun as well. So, I'm super excited to be here, and this is the first time I'm here at UTD to judge. So looking forward to what you guys have done. So good luck everyone. Thank you.
All right, now for the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time to present. Each team will get 6 minutes to present, followed by 2 minutes of judge questioning. So we'll start off with our first team, Roomies.
maybe they're too loud, maybe they're too smelly, maybe they're too ugly, whatever the case may be, we have an all-in-one, super cool, super inclusive, user-friendly app, Roomies!
Here's the problem. You know when you're in your dorm and your roommate just leaves the trash out in the middle of the room, or you're in the bathroom and no one's bought toilet paper for the last 2 weeks and now you're out because no one communicated that? Well, our app strives to create a user interface that allows roommates to work together to figure out things like chores, lists, so on and so forth, just to make that experience a little easier. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce the team. My name is Shreya Ramani, I'm front end.
My name is Jesus Garza, and I'm also front end.
I'm Vaishnavi and I'm back end.
I'm Rishi and I'm on the back end team.
So we're going to go ahead and show you the demo video of our app. So this is the login page. This is where it starts. If you don't have an account, you can go sign up and create an account. But we already have an account for you today, so we're going to go ahead and demonstrate with that. So we're going to log in with our ACM email because we're professional like that. And we're going to go ahead and type in this super secret password you can't see. And we're going to log in. So once we're at the home page, you can click on the sidebar. You can see that this is this person's account. We have settings, appearance, about. If you click on appearance, we can switch to dark mode because we're CS majors. We love our dark mode. And we have about, where you can learn a little bit more about us, but we're not going to pause there. So we're going to go home and we can go back to our home page. And if you go down, you can see the nav bar. And you can click on your account, see all the account details you put in when you logged into your app. And now I'm going to pass it off to Vaishnavi.
So for the chores tab, you can see all the chores that your account has. So for acm1@gmail.com has these 3 chores. And if you can see on the Firebase end, you can see that acm1@gmail.com, that collection for chores, has these 3 already listed. So if I add another chore, like buy lotion, and I add a urgency and a time sensitivity to it, these components will also show up on Firebase, showing that these values are now stored for your specific account. So when you log back out and log back in, these values are stored to your specific account, so they will be there for you. Now the list is almost the same format for this, but instead of working with with urgency and time sensitivity, it would be for your list description. So if I wanted to add lotion as like a grocery list that I want to buy, I would put a description of 3 of them, and that would get added onto the list page, and as well as the Firebase, again showing that it's stored to your specific account. Now, if we go back to the home page, this is the main functionality of our app. So our app, if I want to add a roommate, like acm2@gmail.com, right? And I save them as a roommate and I add them onto my home page, you can see all the roommates that I have. Now, if I go back to my list page, you can see that strawberries popped up. That's because strawberries is part of the acm2@gmail.com's lists value. So that shows that our app is collaborative with your roommates. So whoever data that you want to share with shows up on your account as well. So the list values for each will show up on yours and as well as the chores. And if you click on the sidebar, you can click log out and you can log out of your account.
So through the development of Roomies, we used 3 main programs. We used Figma to design and prototype our wireframes for the app for the front end. We used Firebase to code the back end, so user authentication, and we used Firestore for user-based queries. And overall, we used React Native to write XML files for the front-end development and Java files for the back end.
Some challenges we faced. Feasible design. We wanted to be quirky. We were like, oh, let's add all these features, and we were designing things, and I was like, oh, we can do this, and we can do this, and then back end over here was screaming at us, you can't do that, you're describing a 10-month project, you only have 10 weeks. And so we had to make some compromises, and that's the compromise we made, the feasible, user-friendly design we had. Image assets. You saw our video, had a lot of icons. We did that in order to make the app more user-intuitive, but that also resulted in a lot of different files, a lot of different structuring, and especially with formatting with different backgrounds and stuff, that was a challenge we faced, but I'm glad we overcame it.
All right, so on the back-end team, where all the hard work is. So for recycler view, I decided for the list of chores, that little pop-up thing for all the lists, that was kind of a hassle to get integrated with front-end, back-end, make sure all the buttons were working, make sure all the accounts were linked in, synced up. That was kind of a new learning chute that we had to go through, so yeah.
So the next struggle we had from the back-end side was image Gradle. So Gradle is basically like the setting side of Anders Studios. So when we wanted like front-end PNG files to all show up on our app, it wouldn't work with the manual setting, the default settings.
that Android Studio had. So we had to like really learn how the Gradle code worked and had to like alter it all up to work with the PNG files that they wanted on the app, and that was a hard task for us.
So what makes us stand out from our competitors? First of all, it's important to note that this app was made by college students for college students. So we added features that we thought other college students would want. We also made it as user-friendly as possible, and we use Google to secure your data so you don't have to worry about any information being leaked.
Alright, obviously our app is perfect and beautiful just the way it is, but we want to make it even more perfect, even more beautiful. So we have some developments lined up. For example, we want a little calendar in the app just so that all roommates can let each other know when there's like when they're busy, when they have stuff coming up, and things like that for transparency. We want to build a little in-house messaging system so that your roommates aren't comfortable giving out their email, phone number, things like that. They can still contact each other in case of lockouts, etc., etc. We want to make it accessible to iOS and Android platforms just so all our friendly users can talk to each other and use the app. And last but certainly not least, we want to make it centralized to every college, so that way every roomie has their own unique experience.
Thank you. All right, next up is Team In the Moment.
So y'all can come up, and judges, you can get started with the 2-minute Q&A.
So I'm curious, did y'all implement the dark mode? Because I saw there's a lot of spots where there was like light contrast and dark contrast depending on if you were running dialogues and whatnot. So like when you enable or disable dark modes, like what exactly happens?
I can answer that question. So we did actually create the dark mode feature. We went ahead and like implemented different color contrasts and gradles and stuff for the dark mode, but due to time we weren't able to create like upon click like implementation, but we do have the dark mode completely set up and it'll be very easy to set up and use Gateway.
Thank you.
Concept, I like that idea. So I was saying, staying in hostel with the roomies, so I know how to help them. Did you guys think about like, as I saw that you guys were adding videos and adding items, certain things could be tweaked, right? Like every month you have to weekly numbers, right? Like you said about adding calendars, but like, when you mentioned, you said about like, so repeating stuff, right? And like making sure that like those things are getting done on time. And some kind of a pop-up that comes saying that like, hey, you're supposed to get this thing done, but you didn't do it, some kind of other something. And you were thinking about that.
Yeah, we definitely did. There was, so there's a quick little thing for Google that Google provides API has to provide for calendar reminders. So for like the data component, like I said, bi-weekly for chore, we use bi-weekly as a standard for that clock to show up because those are actually like monthly, bi-weekly, weekly, and daily are like the 4 calendar like pre-made API like arguments you pass in for that task to really show up again because it works like with the calendar. So yeah, that is definitely very easy to implement. That's one of the reasons we had it on there. But again, like showing it up is like a really good task. But that's
All right, and unfortunately, that was all the time we have for questions. Thank you guys so much. In a moment, whenever you're ready. All right. As mentioned, next team up is In the Moment.
So I used to spend 20 hours a day on Instagram, but thanks to In the Moment, I now spend 0. That's completely a joke. In actuality, the average amount of time that people spend on various social medias, such as Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, is about 7.5 hours. The goal of our revolutionary new app is to get you to that ideal 2 hours. Introducing In the Moment. Hi, I'm Gabe. I work on the front end, or back end. I'm so sorry.
I work on the front end. I'm Lily. I work on the front end. And I'm Mateo. I work on back end. So raise your hand if every time you check the time that you spent on your phone, you get a mini heart attack. I know I do. So somebody might be wondering, why In the Moment? It seems now that we live not in a regular economy, but in an attention economy, where companies tend to want to get our attention through notifications and content that
endlessly scrolls. So In the Moment has a mission to reduce the amount of time that we spend on our phones. And how does it work? Well, Evan here shows exactly how it works.
Thank you, Mateo. Yeah, so when users first open our app, they can either get started with creating an account or they can sign in. So for today, I'm going to create an account with one of our amazing co-directors as an example. So you put in a username, password, and email, and then a modem will come up confirming that you created an account. And as soon as you click the Get Started, it'll take you to our homepage where we have an interactive map and a toggle button. So you can toggle between if you want to be in the moment or out of the moment. And the first tab, we have our restricted locations where you can add and delete locations that you want to be in the moment. And our second tab is our restricted apps where you can choose whichever apps that you want to restrict, whether Discord, BeReal, Disney+, Netflix, depending on whatever you want. And then lastly, we just have our profile page where your username and email is displayed. A couple of features that haven't been implemented yet, but we're still working on, and then a home button and the logout. So we also have a different, we have a mock-up of what our app will look like once it's completely integrated with the backend. So as soon as you click on an app that you have restricted, a pop-up will come up saying that you're supposed to be in the moment. And then from there you can click back and it'll take you back to the home screen. And now I'll give it back to Mateo to tell you how we did this.
So you're wondering, how do we build this fabulous app? Well, for our front end, we use React Native to build both the iOS and an Android app using the same code base. And then for our back end, we use a NoSQL MongoDB, which has functions such as Realm and Atlas to handle user authentication and to gather user data. For some of our competitors that Zohid will talk about.
Okay, so one of our competitors, AppBlock, it's unable to block apps based on location. It's only for time. And for Apple, they have iOS focus mode. So in that, you can't list locations. You can only do it manually, so you have to manually turn it on or off for the location. And auto do not disturb has a funky interface and it's not available on iOS. And obviously, while making our app, we encountered some roadblocks. So for front end, we had some issues with the environment setup because some of us had Windows computers, some of us had Apple computers. So we had to choose between Expo Go or the native emulators for each of our devices. So we stuck with Android emulator and iOS emulator, and while using the emulators, we had some issues, such as for Android emulator, the buttons weren't showing up. So we had to mainly focus on the iOS side for that. And also we had issues with state management, so whenever we pressed one of the buttons, all of them would turn on initially. But with some trial and error, we fixed that issue. And also map implementation, we had to stick with the React Native maps instead of Apple or Google, because implementing that led to some issues as well. Now to pass it on to Mateo for backend issues.
I'd say for backend, we had some fairly unique issues. First of which was collecting user info. Not only do we have to collect username, email, but also things like location, and also trying to figure out how do we get the apps that you have to be able to restrict them. Also, restricting apps themselves was a big issue. Some platforms, iOS, seems not to be, doesn't like to give you permissions. So trying to restrict apps, we have to go about it different ways, such as shortcuts, which are available both on iOS and Android. And then finally, one of the bigger roadblocks was triangulating location, because obviously we have your location, but how do we know where you are depending on different places? And for future features, how do we know where you are in reference to friends that you might have? Speaking of future features, Zohid here will talk about the future features.
Okay, so as Mateo mentioned, we would have a friends feature. So whenever you're in radius of one of your friends, you can either enable or disable your bubble, meaning you would be in or out of the moment. And you can change that however you please. And also a streams feature, so it keeps track of how many days in a row you've been in the moment. So you know you're doing good on not distracting yourself. Also a reflection feature where you get to write down any differences in behavior that you notice or anything you want to prioritize within that.
All right, thank you guys for listening, and we hope you stay
in the moment.
All right, the next team up will be Ketchup, but please remain quiet so our judges can ask them questions.
So, how are you handling privacy? Typically for some of the apps you talk about, privacy is something we don't want to share this data. Certainly with Apple or Google,
Other things like login, MongoDB has a very cool fairly new to backend, and given that trying to find restricted app or trying to find the total amount of apps is something, especially on iOS, that's pretty difficult.
So you, how do they know which ones? You've added the apps that you want to have.
The user selects like which apps they want to see or show it.
On the leads, there's also supposed to be a page that's fairly set up, and well, for fairly new to the backend, so on the leads,
Alright, and next we have Team Ketchup.
Do you ever feel like you're losing touch with your friends? Like everyone has such busy schedules and there's never a time when everyone is free to just meet up? My name is Reiki and I was in backend.
My name is Gabrielle and I was in front end.
My name is Kanchan and I was in backend.
My name is Rudolph and I was in front end.
And welcome to Catch Up, where you'll never miss a moment. Our app helps you catch up with friends, both old and new. Each user in a group can record videos throughout the day. Then, at a set time, these clips will compile into a vlog-style movie, allowing you to relive everyone's day together, whenever you are free. Unlike most social media apps, Catch Up was actually designed to minimize distractions, allowing our users to share parts of their day with friends without losing the authenticity of the moment.
In order to start creating and watching catch-ups, users can first join or create a group. Once in a group, you can record and upload your favorite moments directly through the app. This way, people can't go back and edit their videos, which makes the catch-up experience more real. As group members upload their videos throughout the day, they continuously merge into a viewable movie that releases at a set time every day. This movie then publishes for 24 hours.
Wait, Kanchan, do you hear something?
Oh hey, my catch-up is ready.
Wait, you got Ketchup? Can I see it?
Yeah, of course. Let's do it.
Yeah, sure. Let me just log into the app. Which I can do very easily by clicking the login button, putting in my email, then my password, which is very secretive. And now I'm in. I'm on the home page. As you guys can see at the very top, we have a hot topic for the users to record their videos with. And then right below that, we have my top 3 groups, and a plus button to join other groups. Now, if I were to click into one of the groups like ACM Overloaders, which includes Sonica and Kenneth here, you'll see the name at the top, the group members, including me, and at the very bottom, when the next catch-up is available. Now, if the catch-up for this group were to be available, you'll be able to see it right there. However, knowing that, you can see that none of my group catch-ups are ready based on a little red indicator around each profile picture.
Oh, hey, that's okay, Ridwan. You can just join my catch-up since our videos aren't.
That's a great idea. So I can do that simply by clicking the plus button, the join group button, and I get the code for Reiki.
Okay, so the code is RKH416.
And I'm in the group Ridwan Hate Club, which is really awkward, but
Just watch the video, Ridwan.
right.
Almost done, and the amount to be catch-up now. Guys, I'm going to sleep at least 3 times.
Guys, oh my god. Ridwan pissed me off so much today. I had so much tea. I will tell you guys all about it.
Wait, what did I do?
I guess you'll have to wait till tomorrow's catch-up to find out.
That was really cool though. I feel like recording a catch-up right now.
I agree, but what should we talk about?
Wait, how about the hot topic, something fun or something?
The catch-up presentation! Okay, so right now I'm just going to go to the camera icon and let's all record a video. So on the count of 3, say catch-up. 1, 2, 3.
Catch-up!
1, 2, 3.
Alright, now I'm satisfied with that video. I can just simply click this upload button.
And from there, it will go to a magical place called the Firebase Cloud, where we'll use FFmpeg to concatenate with all the other videos and deploy tomorrow night.
Now, since I like that video so much and also it's all my groups, I can just select them all, including that new group, Ridwan Hate Club. Press send, and I'm back at the home page. Now, if I want to sign out, I can easily do that by going to our navigatable home bar, which expands and gives me access to all the screens. And I can go to my profile page, and from there I can sign out, which also displays my profile picture, my name, and my email. Now I can't wait to catch up tomorrow.
Now you'll never miss a moment.
Wait, but why can't we just use BeReal?
Well, unlike Ketchup, Video Design allows users to capture videos and join groups. Additionally, some other competitors, like the app Cappuccino, does not allow users to capture videos. And then with Snapchat, the video is not with a set time. However, our app Ketchup is able to do all of this seamlessly.
Wait, so how did we create our app? For our front end, we use the Flutter SDK due to its cross-platform compatibility. This means the same code can run on both iOS and Android. For our backend, we use the camera package to record our videos, FFmpeg to continuously concatenate them, and we use Firebase, which made it easy to implement group implementation, user authentication, and storage. It also worked well with Flutter.
As a team, we faced a variety of different challenges. Front-end struggled with implementing unique elements, such as the countdown timer or the expandable home button. But after getting used to the nested widget system of Flutter, we were able to navigate through these errors.
Backend worked with issues with merging the videos. We had to save and retrieve each file path to the Firebase lab. From there, we used FFmpeg to continuously concatenate each video as we went along. However, after hours of work, we now have a perfectly functioning app that is not only extremely efficient, but also has a beautiful UI/UX. Our work with Ketchup isn't done quite yet. We want to implement video and audio filters, notification settings, and AI-generated daily prompts. We have many exciting plans for the future, and we can't wait to make your experience using our app even better.
Thank you all for listening. We'll be the first ever people to experience a real-time catch-up. Catch-up. That'll never miss a moment again. Now, who's ready to catch up with us? Raise your hands if
Okay, thank you all again for your time. Now, are there any questions?
All right, the next team up is Drip.
Are there any limits on the number of people can be in a group?
Currently, we only have 5 due to Firebase's free capability of only 1 GB free storage. So again, as we future implementation, we plan on using the non-free Firebase version that allows us to have more data, allows us to have more groups and more people within the groups.
Yeah, the one concern I would have is if you keep having a whole bunch of people adding to their video, you could get to something that's pretty tedious as well. Say 100 people, but it's still a really good idea.
Yeah, so we would obviously have limitations on that, but it would be something that would be part of a premium or pro account. So they would pay for that, and that way we would be able to subsidize the extra storage.
That makes sense. Thank you.
No more questions? All right.
Thank
Thanks
you
to
so much.
Ketchup. All right, next up we have Team Drip.
Good evening, everyone. We just say everyone's face looks fire tonight. And with that said, I have a quick question. How many of you guys maybe took a picture of your fit before you left to come here? Okay, some of us did. Maybe you thought about posting it on Insta, Snap, or maybe I can introduce you to Drip, a fashion-focused social media. And before I introduce you guys to the app, let me introduce you to the team that created it.
Hi, my name is Abhishek Malavan, and I'm the front-end lead.
Hi, my name is Rudy Patel. I work on the front end. Hi, I'm Akira. I was the back end lead.
Hi, I'm Sarif, and I work on the back end. After our initial design on Figma, we used Flutter for our front end and Google's Firebase for user authentication and image storage. With that said, let me hand it off to Mahira for the live demo.
Thanks, sir. So allow me to introduce you to the app that will change the way we interact with fashion and social media. So let's get started. The first thing we need to do is either log in or create a new account. To demonstrate our Firebase authentication feature, I'll go ahead and sign up a new user. And to save time, I already have all my information pre-filled in. So all I have to do is press sign up. But wait, there's more. Drip isn't just any old social media app. We want to get to know you and your fashion preferences, which is why when you first sign up with Drip, we ask you a few questions such as your favorite color and your preferred aesthetic to be able to tailor the app to your unique style. With that said, what color do y'all think we should pick?
Green.
Let's go blue. All right, what about our aesthetic?
Y2K.
Let's go with Y2K. All right, now that that's set, the last thing we need to do is upload a profile picture. Something that screams fashion icon, or just something that shows off who you are. With that said, our account is now created, and we're taken to our app's main homepage, which is our feed. Here, we'll be able to see our friends' daily drips as well as our own. But as you can see, it looks a little empty. So let's head over to our request page to see if we have any friend requests we can accept. So it looks like we're pretty popular already. So let's go ahead and accept some of these. Well, did I the first two? Sorry, yes, sir. We'll accept a few of those. Definitely need Drake on there, right, guys? Yeah. And we definitely need my project manager, Waz. I'm telling you guys, he's a total fashion icon. Y'all see it. And we'll accept a few more and deny those rest. Sorry, guys. Now that we have a few friends on our account, with Firebase's Firestore integration, our feed updates in real time as soon as our friends have posted. So if we head over back to our feed, we can see that their posts do show up, but they're blurred out. To be able to see your friends' drips, we have to post our drip first. With that said, are y'all excited to take your first drip on our built-in camera? Woo! I'm gonna take that as a yes. Okay, I want you guys big smiles. Ready? On 3. 1, 2, 3. Woo! All right, cool picture. Let's give it a cool caption. Something like ACM is dripping. All right, we're ready to post it. So as soon as you're ready to post, you take your picture and you upload it. It's also uploaded to our Firebase storage as well as to your app's main homepage. As we can see right here, the post we just took shows up at the top, and that's cool and all, right? It's you guys, so I hope it's cool. But if we scroll down, we'll be able to see all our friends' posts in full. So let's see what our friends are wearing. And let's see what Drake's wearing. Okay, fire outfit. But Drake's plural, I want to see what my PM Waz is wearing. Let's go over his picture. Whoa! The guy is a total fashion icon. Waz, that hoodie, you're killing it, dude. I would totally cast your favorite guy hoodie. Alright, with that said, I want to introduce you guys to a new feature of Drip. If you're ever feeling like you're slumped, you don't have any inspiration, you're looking for some excitement, you can head over to our suggestions page where we'll show you photos that match your specified aesthetic. You can scroll through those, get some inspiration, and see what you like. Well, if you're feeling adventurous, you want to try something new, Drip has you covered. You can head over to our Discover page where we'll show you photos that match different aesthetics and colors, where you'll be able to scroll through, get some inspiration, and if you really like what you see, you can head over to, you can click on the top left of the user's account, which will show you all the user's drips. You can scroll through, get some inspiration, and if you really want to, you can also follow them. And well, that's it for our demo for Drip. With that, I'd like to pass it on to Abhi to talk about our competitors.
Thanks, Mahira. For our top 3 competitors that we have, they're BeReal, Instagram, and Pinterest. As you can see by our table, all 3 of these apps have an explore page. However, for the authenticity feature, only BeReal has this. And for our fashion focus feature, Pinterest has this. Drip has all 3 of these qualities. Now, let me pass it on to Biddy for the roadblocks.
Thank you, Abhi. So we know the app is great, but creating it wasn't all that easy. One of the roadblocks we encountered was creating a layout of the app, since we wanted the app to navigate to multiple different pages. And our main goal was to create a desirable user experience. To overcome this, we presented different designs of the app to potential users and asked them for their input on which design they thought would be most user-friendly. Second roadblock we encountered was integrating the app, since it required us to rearrange our code in order for the app to navigate correctly. To overcome this, we worked together as a team to integrate our code, which made this process a bit faster. Lastly, on our back end, storing the images to Firebase was challenging, since we encountered conflict connecting the authentication of the app to camera storage. To overcome this, we researched for a better connection and improvised our solution to fit our specific challenges. Next up, I'm going to pass it over to Abhi to talk about feature developments.
Now, we know that Drip is already amazing, but we want to make it better. So, we want to add a feature to tag brands into posts. This allows for brand ambassadors and users to tag their own clothing. We also want to add reactions to other people's drip, so you can say, wow, that's really cool, with a happy face or something. Then we want to add it inside some of our posts. You can see which drip out of all of yours is the best out of them. And on behalf of Drip, thank you all for dripping out with us.
All right, the next team up is Friendinflicks. Please stay quiet so our judges can ask questions.
I was curious, how does your app do like recommendations? Like there was that part where you were showing images of different acts. Outfits, like is it doing any sort of image recognition or is that just like
I can take that. So after the presets that we have onboarding, we use those presets in a specific version that shares your information with other users' information and pull that into space that we should bring in.
Thank you.
Security. There's a lot of private keep it private.
So I can take that question. So we use Google Firebase to secure our users' data. We have so far only used the free version that has browser dimensions, but as we have made sure to make our apps more secure, making our, for example, we can't see our users' passwords, but we also do want to make sure that as influencer users come in, we want to be able to secure the data secure as well. So we definitely want to keep it scalable. So far, usually we are using Google Firebase.
Not sufficient. Needs to encrypt.
That is definitely one of our future goals. We would like to look into that as we do grow and have more users.
It's easy to do, by the way. Yeah, it should have been built in.
You guys asked for the lights on the slide, and like in the future, I was thinking maybe you guys would be using AI to kind of like match kind of using like other clips and say like hey, this is a cool fashion, your fashion design that you have and like it's kind of match. So like follow them, you can match them,
Yes, so I can take that. So for our suggestions page, it's initially focused to whatever aesthetic and whatever color you initially put in. But then over time, as you're liking images, our database makes sure to see what you like, what you haven't liked, see what your preference is, and organize your suggestions page according to that.
All right, that's all the time we have for questions. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next up is Team Friendinflicks.
Have you ever watched a show just because your friends did? Do you waste more time trying to find a movie to watch than you do actually watching them? We are Friendinflicks, and we've developed an app to help solve some of these issues.
Your friends, your movies, your reviews. This is Friendinflicks.
My name is Evan.
I'm Sammy. My name is Byron.
And my name is Avanti. With the average person spending about 2.5 hours on social media on a daily basis, it's clear that social networks are where people are spending their time and attention. Additionally, most people watch about 5,000 movies in their lifetime. So wouldn't it be great if we could combine the power of social media and the appeal of movies and TV shows into one seamless platform?
Well, now you can. With Friendinflicks, you can merge the social aspects of social media sites with the watch list features and catalog of streaming sites. We're interested in your interests.
For our tech stack, on the front end, we decided to go with the Flutter framework and the Dart programming language because its vast array of widgets allow for great customizability. On the back-end side, we decided to use the Firebase database because its flexible data models allow for easy implementation.
Similar to that of other social media apps, our homepage allows you to see posts by the people you follow. Additionally, we're able to sort the feed based on time of posting and reviews, so you can see what's popular now.
Now, let's say I wanted to talk about my favorite movie. I can do that by creating a post. Here I can add important information such as the name of my favorite movie, the date that I watched it, the rating that I would give it, and I can even add cool little hashtags. At the end, if everything looks right, I can submit, and hopefully my post will end up on someone's feed.
Much like finding something to eat, you often don't know what you want right when you want it. Introducing the watch list. The watch list allows you to save movies and shows that you're interested in ahead of time to a list displayed on your profile. All of your followers can be your watch list, and similarly, you can view the watch list of everyone that you're following, so you can stay up to date on the interests of your whole social circle.
All right, now that we looked at some really cool features of our app, let's actually run it. So the first thing you'll see when you open up your new account is the ability to create a new account. So let's enter a username, let's say Sonica. Then let's enter an email account, let's say sonica@gmail.com. Next, let's enter a password. And finally, let's click on Create Account. And the first thing you'll notice is that we can pick an avatar. Let's select an avatar. And then you'll notice that the feed is empty. And if we look at our profile, it's also empty. But don't worry, that's just because we haven't posted anything yet. So let's look up an account that has posted something. For instance, my account, Sambi. And while you're at it, why not give me a quick follow as well? If you look at my profile, you'll notice that I have 9 followers, well now 10, and now I'm following 3 people, and I made 7 posts. If you look at my posts, you can see a post list with all the posts that I've created over time. And now, you're feeling inspired, you want to create your own post as well. Well, if you click on the plus icon, you can select a movie title and make a new post. Sonica, what movie have you been watching recently?
I've been watching Shrek on repeat.
She loves the movie. Now then, Kenneth, what rating would you give to Shrek?
6.
5. 5. You love the movie. Now we can give it a watch day. Finals are coming up tomorrow, but today we want to watch Shrek. Only Shrek. Watch day for today. Next, we can give it a phone level, which measures how engaged you were with the movie. 0 being the lowest, 100 being the highest. Sonica, how engaged were you with Shrek?
I'd say phone level 1, checked it once.
Once. She did not like the movie at all. Now we can add a tag. Let's say #Neon. Finally, if we go back to our feed, you'll notice the number of posts has increased with my posts, because you just followed me. And if we go back to our profile, you'll notice that the number of following has increased by 1, and the number of following has also increased by 1 because we just made a new post. And that concludes our live demo.
There's a lot of existing applications that seek to serve a similar purpose to ours, most notably My Anime List and Letterboxd. My Anime List has a really outdated user design and limits itself greatly in terms of genre, and Letterboxd has an objective and film critic type audience. Friendinflicks would like to serve a different niche, consisting of primarily prioritizing just your friends and your interests.
One of the challenges that we experienced in Frontend was making sure that our app was visually appealing through fonts and color palettes while also ensuring a familiar and easy to access user interface. So one of the things that we did to solve this issue was ask our family and friends for their input.
On the back end, one thing that we struggled with was figuring out how to structure our data hierarchy. In order to solve this issue, we took a look at some open source code for similar applications.
Our app is just getting started, and we have a lot of ideas for ways to improve in the future. For starters, we'd like to add watch party compatibility to further bridge the divide between our streaming services and our social services. Additionally, we'd like to add enhanced profile customization because we're building a social app, so we'd like to add, allow users to more further express themselves. Lastly, we'd like to add auto movie recommendations based on your watch list and the watches of your friends, so you can more quickly find something that you might want to watch.
Whether you're looking to share your favorites or discover new content, Friendinflicks is there for you. A huge shout out to our project manager of Biz, our industry mentor Temi, and our co-directors. And with that being said, have a wonderful night.
All right, the next team is Empower. Please lower your voices. Thank you, Friendinflicks. Next up is Team Empower.
Hello everyone, we are Empower, and we need to develop products. My name is Pia.
And I'm Joshua. We work on the back end.
I'm Angel.
My name is Hamza, I work on front end.
Language and hearing impairment impacts many around the world. According to the American Speech, Language, and Hearing Association, approximately 21 million people within the U.S. struggle with language impairment. And additionally, Empower aims to help these people navigate and communicate with the world around them. Now, I pass off to Angel to describe the features.
Empower allows you to express yourself. Our speech-to-text and text-to-speech functions facilitate the process of communicating with others and are applicable in many scenarios. Our text-to-speech function, that user no longer requires the person they're speaking with to know any sign language. They can simply speak up to the phone using their speech-to-text function, and text can populate the screen describing what they're saying. And for our text-to-speech function, our text-to-speech function, simply type in what you want to say, and the Empower will speak it for you. And let's face it, communicating can be difficult for some of us, like me. And a user can ask questions on our chatbot and receive answers to their questions instead of speaking with others. And as for social, we plan to show our users to local events where they can communicate and interact with people with similar disabilities and like-minded individuals.
Now we're going to head into the demo. So first we're going to demonstrate the text-to-speech function. The user is going to input some text and click play audio to have the app read out. For example, hello, can I get a localized music, please? And then next we're going to do the speech-to-text function. We're going to record an audio and have the app kind of transcribe it for you. Both these transcription and audio files will be saved in SU bucket for later access. When you go back to the home page, you're going to select the chatbot feature, which then allows you to type in questions in general range, such as how do I relieve symptoms of tinnitus? When you click send, the chatbot will answer the question properly. And lastly, we're going to demonstrate the social feature. There's going to be a map displaying all the local events happening in the community. The user can browse the events happening and kind of explore what's going on.
So as for the tech stack, the product was built on Node.js. The front end runs on React Native, and this is because we wanted to use a framework that we were familiar with, and it's one of the best options to create an interactive web page on a mobile device. And the backend uses MongoDB for user authentication and Express.js to create REST APIs. We also use many AWS services for our project. First and foremost, S3. We use S3 to store users' text and audio files for later usability. And we also use AWS Transcribe to convert audio to text, and AWS Poly to convert our text to audio. Both these are crucial to our app. And lastly, to implement the chatbot, we implemented the OpenAI API to implement the chatbot.
Alright, so throughout the semester, we faced many challenges as a team. For example, the backend team intended to use DynamoDB as a database. However, we encountered problems with IAM permissions, so we had to switch over to MongoDB as an alternative. This then allowed us to effectively manage our database. The front-end team faced inconsistencies with React Native's rendering of styles between iOS and Android. This resulted in the app appearing differently. This resulted in the app appearing differently on both platforms. To address this issue, we then used both iOS and Android emulators to see how the app would look on both platforms as well. Now, Empower has a few competitors on the market. For example, our first competitor was Voice for You. Now, the problem with Voice for You is that they don't have a speech-to-text function nor a chatbot. And this can limit accommodations to users with hearing impairments and will limit overall user experience. Meanwhile, Empower has features for its users' needs. In addition, our second competitor was Toby Dynavox, and their problem was that they were too costly for the features. In addition to that, they also had their software is too complex for the average user and may poses learning curve for its users. And Power, on the other hand, is completely free to use and requires no technical knowledge to use.
As for our feature plans, we want to implement a scan feature on our app where the user can use their camera to scan printed or handwritten text and it will pop up on the app. We also want to use the same camera to detect objects where the user can use their camera and scan whatever is in front of them and they can the app will tell them what they're looking at. And we also want to implement automatic transcription where the user can, instead of uploading a text or audio file, they can just speak and type into the app and it will automatically transcribe it. And lastly, to expand our global reach, we want to expand into multiple languages.
Thank you for listening. We hope we showed you that you can unlock your voice with power.
All right, the next team is Respondent. All right, that's all the time we have for questions. Thank you, Team Empower. Next up is Team Respondent.
Have you ever been in a situation where every second counts? Where swift and efficient action can mean the difference between clemency or fatality? Saving lives. A heroic act that EMTs regularly partake in. This act is no easy feat. Well, imagine having a tool that allows our EMTs to respond in record time. Say hello to Respondent, the mobile app that will revolutionize the way the average UTD EMT approaches their day-to-day response. Hello, my name is Shannon and I worked on front end.
Hi, my name is Brian and I work on back end.
My name is Jordan and I do full stack.
My name is Fatima and I also work full stack.
So, what is Respondent? Respondent caters towards the average UTD EMT in every stage of a response. During an active emergency, Respondent allows the user to swiftly locate and respond appropriately to any ailment. In addition, Respondent has the capabilities to view scheduling information and analytics prior to a shift, as well as the ability to efficiently manage inventory across all EMT staff after a response. In doing this, Respondent promotes interminable functionality, meaning that each of its features can be used at every point of the EMT experience. Now I will pass it off to George, who will be going over our tech stack.
For Respondent, our tech stack consists of Next.js, MongoDB, Capacitor, AI, and Tailwind CSS. Next.js allows us to simultaneously work on front and back end. MongoDB provides for the database capable of retrieving and storing data. Capacitor enables us to run our mobile application on Android and iOS devices. Finally, Ionic internal CSS makes it easy to create visually appealing mobile and web interfaces without having to write any custom CSS code from scratch. Here's Ryan to talk about Respondent's features.
Our first main feature is our built-in map that guides EMTs across campus. When an emergency comes in, the path to the destination is displayed on the same page as the emergency's information so that responders can be on their way as quickly as possible. Our next feature that helps with efficiency is the medicine converter. When medicine is needed in an emergency, you need it as quickly as possible. So all you need is the person's weight, the medicine, and we give you the dosage immediately. So there's no conversion necessary. Our next big feature is the chatbot. We have a built-in messaging system where the user can send a message and receive a response from an artificially intelligent bot trained using ChatGPT. This means that EMTs can easily freshen up on their procedures while on the way to an emergency, while regular users can ask about their symptoms when they get sick. Our final feature will be covered by George.
Our final necessary feature is our reports. The reports page is incredibly useful for metrics on the EMTs. The reports page pulls out many different graphs that showcase the necessary statistics on emergencies and their responses. These can be used to outline inefficiencies and figure out any weaknesses in our response time or limit of transfer. With that said, let us demonstrate the demo of our app.
Respondent, the app that saves lives. Clueless and unassuming student Farhan just takes a street map final. Little does he know the chaos that's about to ensue. Full of pure delight, Farhan answers his incoming phone call. Slips unforeseen on the floor. Farhan sees his life flash before his eyes.
Student Forge didn't ace his final, but rounds the corner to see the aftermath of the banana crisis. Forge prays that Farhan will survive this, and proceeds to call 911.
Attention to all EMTs. Suit up and dispatch to ECSW right now.
Opera double checks the location with a built-in navigation feature. This feature allows the EMTs to find the most efficient route to the banana crisis.
With ECSW in hot pursuit, EMT George concludes that Farhan may be suffering from a head injury. Using Respondent's chatbot allows him to prepare for response on the scene.
Farhan is in excruciating pain and needs ibuprofen to survive. Luckily, the EMT is sweet, calculates his appropriate dosage using the EM converter feature.
After a successful day of saving lives, EMT Fatima closes her shift by checking her station's items using the inventory feature.
EMT George checks the details of his upcoming shift with the calendar feature.
Using the emergency log feature, EMT Shannon checks the details of the successful banana crisis response from earlier today.
EMT Director Bryant checks in on his team's response analytics using the reports feature.
I wouldn't be alive if I responded.
While developing Respondent, we came across two major roadblocks. Firstly, we didn't have access to the 911 emergencies database or API for obvious privacy reasons. Our workaround for this was to create our own custom emergencies API so that we had all the necessary information, such as emergency location and timestamp. Our next problem was that GPT 3.5, which is the AI model used to power our chatbot, is not authorized to make medical judgments. As a solution for this, we worked to train our chatbot model with our own custom medical dataset based on the EMT protocol handbook. Now that you've seen what our app can do currently, what are the next steps for Respondent? We plan to include a more highly trained chatbot, a regular users mode for UTD students to track their personal health, as well as a more advanced data analytics system. With all of this in mind, Respondent can be easily improved. When an emergency occurs, EMTs need to be as quick and efficient as possible, and Respondent helps them do exactly that. So, who's ready to save lives with Respondent?
All right, the next team will be RI. Please remain quiet so they can answer questions.
Build something that was catered to needs and their needs. But we're also looking into, in the future, we plan to expand to other agencies because there's currently no
post the emergency ASCs to achieve whatever.
I have questions. So for the inventory feature that you showed off, you showed like one person doing inventory. Does that sync across your team? Like you have 4 or 5 people on your team, say I only run the inventory one time, right?
So as of right now, how it originally works is that they have a form set in place. Obviously, this feature is separate from everything that they have as of right now with the main feature. And so having it in one place allows it to be intuitive, but also resets every single 3 hours like it does in their actual form right now. So we have that same functionality.
Do some things with sensors, like, for example, when you slips and falls, the accelerometer is going to get. So there's lots of stuff that's being done with personal safety type apps along those lines.
That would be really good for what we were talking about in the next steps, like the regular user mode, like on the student end, like automatically getting like the EMC, the finance based on all the measures.
All right, great job responding. And next up, we have Art I.
Hi, we're RI. I'm Shelly from front end. I'm Zara, also from the front end.
I'm Leon from the back end.
I'm Isaac, I work full stack.
Alright, so what exactly is ARI? I'm sure most of you here already know what AR is or have even used it before. If not, it's basically a program that allows users to enter a prompt and it gives you an image based on the specifications in the prompt. Even though this makes it pretty cool, AR can be harmful to actual human artists whose work is stolen and put into databases for some of these AIs to train on and internet. While the implications of this are scary, there's no doubt that the technology behind it is incredible. So what if we use it to help artists instead of hurt them? That's where our website RI comes in. It uses prompt-based AI image generation technology to give artists references and inspiration instead of trying to steal their work.
Thank you, Leon, for that wonderful explanation. Now that you all know what RI is, let's talk about what RI does. So let's say you want to generate an image of maybe a bunch of cats in space eating tacos, because who doesn't want that? You can go to ImageGen, put in the prompt, and just hit generate. But maybe you want something more realistic. Maybe you want a picture of an 80-year-old woman, for hopefully normal reasons. So you can head over to ImageGen, put in the age, and female or male, and hit generate. But maybe you like all these photos and images. You can save them to your boards and come back to them on your boards page anytime you want.
Okay, question for the audience. Who happens to have a piece of artwork at hand that they want to make an improvement on? Okay, Miss in the back.
Yeah, let me send it to you.
Okay, she's going to send it over. Okay, let's go ahead with her response. Okay, that's beautiful. What would you like to make an improvement on?
Just something a bit plain. Maybe like put her in a dress and then a few of the flowers.
Okay, that sounds like a good idea. Let's pull up our eye. Okay, as you can see, we're on the login page. And if you don't have an account with us, you can sign up using our sign-up page, of course. And Leon is going to go ahead and sign up using his credentials. Now that he's logged in, we're going to go ahead and generate a prompt for Miss Susan, our paid actor. And as you can see, the circles in the background are dynamic. And if you don't have a prompt in mind, you can go ahead and randomize the prompt. Now that we've generated a beautiful image, we're going to go ahead and choose a board, and we're going to choose the flowery board. In case you do not like the image that you generated, you can close the button, and it will not save the image. Now that it's saved, we're going to go to our boards tab, where you can see all our beautiful boards, like beautiful women, saved images, and flowery. But we're going to go ahead and click on flowery because that's where we saved our image. So, as you can see, we have the prompt that we used to generate the image, a color palette, which we hover over and see the hex code. And you can set this image as a thumbnail, or if you don't like it anymore, you can delete it. You can also delete the board if you don't like it. We're going to go ahead and now get into Portrait Gen. But we're not going to demonstrate because we don't have much time, but we do have a mobile version of our app as well, in case you want to do RI on the go. So we have ImageGen, Portrait Gen, a boards functionality, and the profile page. And that will be the end of our demo.
Great, thank you, Zara and Leon, for that amazing demo. So, question is, how did we make our app? So for our tech stack, we use the classic merge, stands for MongoDB, Express, React, and Node. We use MongoDB because the non-relational database was better for our images and boards feature, and we use Express on top of Node to write less boilerplate code for our backend, and we use React on our front end because it was easier for us to learn.
APIs we used two from OpenAI. The first one was their image generation, and that gave us the AI-generated images, and it was really easy to implement. And we also used their text completion, which gave us random prompts that we could then send to the image generator. And we also used a fake face API that gave us the AI-generated portraits.
Okay, why even choose RI when we have things in the market like Dolly from OpenAPI, Midjourney, and Pinterest? Well, if we look to the left here, we have four distinguishing features. We have image generation, portrait generation, awards functionality, and ethical use of artwork. Unlike our three competitors, RI has the capability to do all four of these things. But most of all, it ethically uses art. That way, beginner artists and advanced level artists alike do not have to worry about copyright infringement, nor do they have to worry about their own artwork being stolen.
Thank you, Zara. And thanks to Leon and Isaac, you all know about our tech stack. But let's talk about our tech tumbles. About 2 to 3 weeks ago, front-end facing UI redesign tumbled with how little motion there is on our webpage. So we decided to go back to our Gestalt theory principles, applying curvilinear shapes in order to enhance that motion. In short, Gestalt theory principles are just a set of rules to make your design look more interesting.
But you know what's even better than front-end tumbles? Even more tumbles. So in our backend, what OpenAI gives us is image URLs, but we didn't expect those URLs to expire. So what we did is we turned those URLs into their turned the images into their base64 format, which is a 50-page long string. And that led us to our next challenge, which was to store those big strings into the database, which we solved using buffer arrays.
All right, so now we've talked about our I's past and our present. But what does the future of our I look like? Well, we want to be able to generate color palettes for more than just our images, but also our boards individually and boards overall. Additionally, we want to be able to have our users be able to share posts and boards to each other. And while we're on the topic of sharing, let's talk about saving. We want to be able to press and hold and quick save onto any device that you have our eye on.
Okay, thank you so much for listening to our presentation. Oh, looks like Susan sent us a video. Let's go check it out. Oh, it looks like she sent us a speed paint. It is a woman in a field of white flowers. Looks like she used RI to improve her artwork. Thank you so much, Susan, for sending us your artwork. And thank you again so much to the audience for listening to our presentation. Any questions from the judges?
All right, the next team up is Team Summer. All right, that's all the time we have for questions, but give a big round of applause to RI. And next up, we have Team Summer.
Are y'all excited for summertime?
Woo!
Oh, you're in luck, because we're bringing it closer to you. Picture yourself in quite a typical pickle. You're cramming for those exams around the corner, or maybe you just want to learn a little bit more about that one topic, but you can't quite commit the time to it. Learning the expansive amount of information that's constantly available to you online can be incredibly overwhelming, and we aim to make this learning process a little less daunting in order to help you save time.
And this is where our product comes in. This is Summer, a full-stack web app experience that effectively summarizes YouTube videos and dynamically generates quizzes based off of them. You can learn at a faster pace rather than just aimlessly scribbling down on notes like the average student. By consolidating all of your study tools, you can learn up to 60% faster without compromising quality. And this is our team. My name is Daniel. I work in the backend.
My name is Matt, and I work on Front-End.
My name is Dominic. I work in the backend.
My name is Shreya, and I work on Front-End. Summer makes it simple to summarize longer videos. No more taking tedious notes or scouring through long footage, using natural language processing to extract the most important information from a given video. Summer helps you learn faster in a comprehensible format.
As students, the hardest part of learning is not always just the content itself, but the application of knowledge. Summer includes a multiple choice quiz feature that dynamically generates questions to test your understanding. That way, you can test yourself on a variety of questions based on your desired topic.
It's preferable to have notes easily accessible and on the go, so Summer offers the option to download generated summaries in PDF format. This ensures that as Summer users, you don't always have to reopen Summer, but can instead view your information available on any device.
In order to keep track of all your videos and quizzes, so Summer has a library feature that's going to generate video and quiz for every inputted YouTube link. Clicking on said thumbnail leads to the original YouTube video while you can view the quiz, and that general quiz contains all information for a given video. So, how do we do it? There are 3 very easy steps to use Summer. Simply copy the YouTube link, open Summer, and paste. Behind the scenes, we extract the YouTube transcript and filter out duplicate subtitles and timestamps. Afterwards, the transcript is summarized using GPT 3.5 Pro model and in-house natural language processing methods. Based on the content of said summary, an appropriate multiple choice quiz will be auto-generated. And finally, we store summary and quiz data and display it on the website. Now, let's see Summer in action.
So I'm going to follow the 3 easy steps as a user. I've opened Summer, I've already got a link in my clipboard, so all I have left to do now is paste. Clicking on Summarize lets Summer do the work and takes me to the general overview page, where I see 3 sections, and embedding the original video in case I want to refer back to the original content, and links to our summary and quiz sections. Clicking on View Summary expands the summary section where, after short loading times, I can view the summary and start reading. If I want to save a copy of this locally, I can click down the PDF and refer to it later. But let's say I've read my summary a couple times, and I've even gone back to the video a couple times just to learn a bit more. But I still want to do more. Thankfully, Summer's auto-generated quiz option is the perfect stop. Clicking on Take Quiz takes us to the quiz section, where I can answer targeted questions and overall just reinforce my learning of the content. But what's behind this amazing experience? We chose to make Summer as a web app, so we used React to provide the front-end user experience, which allowed us to efficiently and quickly serve our web pages to users. For the backend server experience, Node.js was used in tandem with MongoDB and Amazon S3, with the latter being utilized as secondary cloud storage for larger text amounts.
The roadblock we encountered was the usage of Firebase storage. Documentation was outdated and at times contradictory. As a result, to save both time and effort, we opted to use Amazon S3, which had clear documentation and a more linear configuration compared to Firebase. Another roadblock we encountered was the auto-generated subtitles didn't include punctuation and were structured poorly. To resolve this, we implemented a pattern matching algorithm to both clean up and restructure the transcript so that it could be summarized more correctly. Summarization works by using abstracted text summarization. Given a piece of text, a probability distribution will be generated, then the next likely word based upon said distribution will be chosen and added to the summary. This process continues until we reach the end of the transcript. Afterwards, we implement a process called fine-tuning. which is essentially training the model to become proficient at given tasks, such as summarization, which is essentially training the model.
So, what's next for summer? Well, first we would like to integrate various AI models within our application to provide summaries for YouTube videos that do not already provide a given transcript using speech and image recognition algorithms. And we would also like to provide key video frames within the summarized video that can be viewed side by side with the text. This way you can see the summarized part of the text and that certain part of the video at the same time.
To make learning an easier process, we want to have summarization and studying in depth all possible on summer. We want to make our quiz feature dynamic by creating customizable parameters for things such as number of questions, quiz difficulty, and answer choice types, such as multiple choice or short form. The next goal we have for summer is expansion into a mobile app, so you can study wherever you are and have your notes on the go. We hope you use summer this final season to save your time and get better grades. Thank you.
All right, thanks Team Summer, you can answer questions. And the next team, which is our last team, is Syllabi. All right, that's all the time we have for questions. Thank you, Summer. And next up, we have Syllabi.
Hey guys, where's Punch at? I haven't seen him all day. We have to present soon.
We have no idea. I've been calling him over and over, but he isn't picking up.
Hey guys, I'm here. Sorry for the holdup. I had to print out all these syllabuses.
Bro, why'd you print out all those syllabuses? This is way too much.
Well, this much is just for one class.
What? Why?
I don't know, man. I have to do this now so I can be better prepared for the next semester. This semester, I was late for my assignments, couldn't remember the office hours were. It was just swamped with information being thrown at me.
Bro, that doesn't mean you have to print out like 1,000 syllabuses. School's already stressful enough. You shouldn't have to worry about all this. There's a better way.
How?
Well, first, throw those papers away. Then I'll tell you.
Okay. Goodbye, use paper.
Bro, no. Don't use goodbye. Instead, use Syllabi.
What's Syllabi?
What? You never heard of it?
No.
Syllabi is a web application that allows you to upload your syllabuses and extract key information that you need to succeed in all your classes. Syllabi is easy to use, saves precious time, and not only that, it is designed for students by students.
Wow.
Hi, my name is David Plum. I'm part of the backend team of Syllabi.
Hi, my name is Einstein Kelly. I'm also part of the backend team for Syllabi.
Hi, my name is Claire Connor, and I'm a part of the Friend team of Syllabi.
Hi, my name is Rahul Karthik, and I'm also part of the front-end team for Syllabi. So, how does Syllabi exactly work? Well, first off, in order to get information for syllabus, you have to upload the actual syllabus. How this works is that once you get to the homepage, You have a button and a drag and drop feature that lets you upload your syllabus. Next, after uploading the syllabi you want, you can view the information for all your classes. Each link in the side navigation bar takes you to a page containing the key points of the corresponding syllabus that you clicked on. Additionally, we also have a Google Calendar feature integrated into our application that is designed to help students save time and stay organized. As students, we all know how it feels like to be overwhelmed by our assignments and to struggle to keep track of what's due when. But with just one click, Syllabi imports all your important assignments and exams so that you can focus on what matters. Now, that's enough talking. Let's see what Syllabi can do. I'll give it to Claire to run through the demo.
First, you'll be greeted by our welcome page. Then, you have the option to log in through your Google account or to create your own personal account using your own email. As you can see, the home screen is where you can view your classes and upload your syllabi. You can upload a syllabus using our drag and drop feature, or you can click to select the file from your computer. Once you have your classes uploaded, you can click on a class name or use our left navigation bar to navigate to the class information pages. These pages hold key information about each of your classes which Syllabi has extracted for you. This includes information about your professor, the class hours, and any upcoming assignments or exams. If you log in through Google, you can also use our Google Calendar feature. Syllabi will automatically upload any upcoming assignments or exams directly to your Google Calendar, saving you time and energy from having to enter it manually. You will also receive email reminders via your Google email about any upcoming assignments or exams. Finally, at the end of your semester, you can easily refresh your classes from the home screen. And that is how you use Syllabi.
Thanks, Bro. Moving on to our tech stack. For our front end, we have utilized React and Node.js, taking advantage of the flexibility and extensive libraries. For our back end, we have employed MongoDB, Node.js, and Google Calendar API, enabling us to create a robust and scalable application. Furthermore, our backend incorporates Nebula API, an API developed by fellow UT students which provides us with precise and up-to-date information about professors and courses. Now, why should you choose Syllabi when you have Evernote and Notion? While these are popular applications, they do not offer the unique features that we provide. Students are the heart of our applications, and our features reflect that. For instance, Syllabi provides an advanced syllabus parser algorithm, seamless Google Calendar integration, intuitive navigation, and easy file uploads. These student-oriented features are not available in Evernote or Notion, making Syllabi the top choice for you.
Thanks, Abel. Now let's move on to the roadblocks we face as a team. The front-end team encounters significant issues with the sidebar navigation. They experience trouble connecting the uploaded syllabi to its corresponding page to display the extracted information. On the other hand, the backend team ran into a roadblock while parsing the syllabus and figuring out the best way possible to adapt your code to fit multiple syllabi formats. Now let's take a look at the future plans we have for Syllabi. As we move forward, we're excited to continue enhancing our product with new features and improvements. In the future, we want to expand the variety of syllabus you can parse and make your tool compatible with formats beyond UCB. Next, we want to implement a Rate My Professor scraper, which will show any professor ratings and latest reviews. Lastly, we want to include a grade calculator, which will use the grade breakdown provided in your syllabus.
Now, before we end the night, let's take a look at the positive impacts Syllabi we have today. We surveyed over 150 students, and out of them, more than 90% stated that a tool like Syllabi would be immensely beneficial to them. This overwhelmingly positive response stressed the need for Syllabi today. Say goodbye to your old way of organizing classes, and say hello to Syllabi!
Alright, that is our last team, but please give them their 2 minutes for questions and get ready for voting.
We
All right, judges, that's all the time I have for questions. Thank you, Syllabi. All right, and that's all of our presentations for tonight. Judges, if I could please ask you to double check your rubrics, make sure everything's filled out. We would really appreciate that. Thank you.
All right, and while our judges double check their rubrics, if you are a member of ACM, go ahead and use the check-in link. You can earn an ACM member point, as well as for our audience that isn't part of ACM, or even part of ACM, anyone. Along with our first and second place winners, we're also going to have a People's Choice Award. So we're going to go ahead and take a 10-minute break. During this time, go ahead and scan the QR code, vote for your favorite team, and we also have some snacks lined up back there, so if you'd like to pick something, scratching up, you can get some snacks back there as well. We'll see y'all in 10 minutes.
Oh. The camera. Oh. I don't want it there. Yeah. No, you're good. I can tell my team to get something. Okay, I'll let them know. But yeah, keep it safe. There's something in it, but enjoy. Sounds good.
awards to be handed out. So for first place, we'll be giving out a $50 Amazon gift card and massive trophies. For second place, we'll be giving out a $35 Amazon gift card and slightly less massive trophies. 1 inch shorter, to be specific. And for the team winning People's Choice, we'll get a special computer science themed trophy. And so the criteria for judging included collaboration, visual design, innovation, demo execution, and presentation effect. All right, so.
Now for the moment we've all been waiting for. So, our second place team is... He's been putting so much effort to helping our participants have an amazing semester. Speaking from personal experience, I remember as a participant, Farhan would have so many good things to say about you. I'd constantly be hearing about how Syllabi is like making the secret sauce for ongoing, like working super hard, doing great things for the app. And you definitely carried that energy forward, even as a project manager. I probably almost said prime minister. As a project manager, you have a super innovative spirit. You're always striving to improve things. Whatever we're doing is always how can we make this better, how can we make this cooler. So we really appreciated everything you did for the program. Thank you.
Yeah, as like some or all of you may know, I am not going to be co-director next semester because I'm going to be going to Liverpool, England for a year. So I can't really, co-direct. But I just wanted to thank everyone who's made my experience at ACM Project such a great time. I started as a participant in fall 2021. I was just this boy from Minnesota. I didn't know what was happening, but they introduced me to the club, and I had a great team managed by a great PM. And as a PM, led by our amazing co-director Francis, we had an awesome time with a great group of people. And I think what's most important about this program is it creates great bonds between project managers, great bonds within teams, and great bonds as an organization as a whole. So I just want to thank all of you for making this experience so great.
Well, so I actually joined as a participant when Kenneth was already a project manager. And during my time as a participant, I actually picked your project as my first choice. Didn't get it, no hard feelings. But the point is, Grace, I love you. I had her as project manager, so she was great too. But point is, Kenneth always had really good ideas and brought like super fun energy to ACM projects. Even as a co-director, sort of short and sweet, you were super easy to work with, always made my job as co-director a lot easier. I enjoyed the same for you. And you gave great advice to our PMs as well. So we're going to miss having you. Thank you for everything you did for ACM projects.
With the co-director leaving, there's a co-director coming in. So, our new co-director is...
It's an honor to take up the co-director position and take ACM projects into the future, next semester, and the semesters following. I joined ACM projects 3 semesters ago as a participant. I remember the first experience I had with ACM was presentation night. So I came to presentation night, I fell in love with the program, fell in love with all the projects, loved all the ideas that were happening, and I was like, I want to get involved. From there, got involved with the participant, had a great, amazing semester with Grace as my PM, and then from there, really fell in love with the project management team. I saw all the PMs and all the how close they were, and then decided to take it to the next step, and then applied to be a project manager. And then for the past 2 semesters, I've been a project manager. Last semester for Envoy, this semester for Respondent. Every year, projects gets better and better. All the ideas keep getting more advanced. Every app gets more creative. The presentations are always amazing, and all the co-directors have always been inspiring to me as well. Francis and Anushka, who were the co-directors when I was a participant, were great inspiration to me, helped me out a lot to get me to where I am today. Saga and Kenneth as well have been amazing to work with and leading us this semester. So it's an honor to pick it up from here and take projects to the next level.
And with that, we, on behalf of all ACM Projects members, we'd like to thank you again for coming out tonight and supporting our participants. Special thank you again to our judges that came out and judged for us today. We hope you enjoyed seeing all the presentations, and we'll be back with our next semester.
And one quick note, for officers and participants, we have your shirts. So if you want those, we should stay. And we want to take a massive ACM Projects picture, so all participants and PM should stay so we can take a massive picture right here. Thank you and have a great night.
Yes,